ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
This is always an important day during the
洋基
season.
队今天要在主场继续迎战来访的水手队。赛前所有的球员，我们看到王建民还站在第2排，大家一起拍一个大合照。那事实上，这一场比赛对洋基而言是非常非常的重要。今年想要打进季后赛，今天这一场对上在外卡目前排名第2的水手，洋基还是有非赢不可的压力。
对，两队都还剩下，事实上水手队还剩下26场比赛，洋基队剩下24场比赛。我们不想说这场比赛洋基队是一定要胜，好像输了就进不到季后赛。但这场比赛如果不赢的话，对于能不能进入到季后赛会有很大的一个影响，因为两队之间只剩下1场的差距。
所以今天对王建民而言，不但是要挑战个人今年球季的第17胜，同时也是洋基队的一个外卡领先的一个保卫战，所以有双重的一个意义。对王建民而言，身上的这个重任呢，可以说是相当的大。
对 ，Michael K 跟 Al Leiter 今天的负责英语的转播跟解说的一个工作。当然，今天正好轮到了王建民上场先发，对洋基队来说，大概是最好的一个选择，因为这么重要的一个比赛，正好是最终的胜投最多的，而且是状况最好的一个投手上场来面对水手队。而水手队派出来的左投手 Ramirez， 虽然他战绩看起来好像8胜4败不错，但你去看他的 ERA 6点多，所以这对洋基队来说，虽然他是个左投手，但应该是有机会来获胜。
的确，那先来看一下在昨天的比赛，洋基队呢最后是1-7输给了这个水手队。当然 ，Roger Clemens 的先发并不是很理想，而且赛后还出现可能有受伤的情况。
对，虽然是派出了2位哦，这么多胜投的投手 ，Clemens 加上 Mussina 两个人加起来已经超过了600胜，但可惜两个人表现都不理想。当然，对 Mussina 来说，他生涯在球季当中的第1次上场担任中继，也许对这个角色不太熟悉。3又2/3局的投球被打了7支安打，虽然只掉了2分，但被打安打数是过多，他只是让这个伤害降低了，但距离他前面几场比赛的先发是有一点进步，但是这个空间我觉得还是有限。
对，两个人昨天呢一共是被打了有15支的安打，是比较不理想的一个情况。那这是呢，昨天洋基队是输给了水手队。那今天在系列赛的第2场，当然希望能够扳回一城，靠的就是希望能够王建民一个优质的先发内容。那今年他在洋基队输球之后的表现，让大家非常放心。
对，看起来跟 Andy Pettitte 越来越接近了。虽然这个场次并不是很多，他前面10场当洋基前一场比赛输球的时候，他是7胜2败的一个成绩。所以我们刚刚提到了，这个时候正好的让他上场担任先发，当然对洋基队来说是个好消息。
对，画面上看到就是前面博士提到的 Horacio Ramirez， 今年球季虽然8胜4败还不错，但6.55的投手自得分率实在是太高的一个情况。那今天王建民的先发，对于洋基而言，对他是有非常大的一个期待，也期待王建民今天能够拿下第17胜，也带领洋基队获得这一场重要的一个胜利。那这场比赛稍后就要展开，我们先休息片刻，再回到直播现场。2007年的球季已经进入到最后1个月的一个例行赛。其实，在去年王建民拿下19胜的一个成绩，虽然他这个胜场数是蛮多，但3振率并不高。所以，其实去年有很多的美国专家认为，今年王建民不会再有更好的成绩。但王建民他今年的进步让大家真的是刮目相看。
对，尤其在3振方面，去年全年才过76次的3振，投了200多局呢。今年到现在为止投了166局哦，就已经拿下了86次的3振，在3振的频率上面是比去年呢增加了很多，尤其是最近几场比赛。
所以其实王建民呢，在前一场比赛也展现了他今年在变化球方面的一个等于算是苦练的一个成果，包括他的滑球以及变速球，其实已经到达一个水准以上的一个表现。
对，所以今天赛前的主题就是来特别谈论了王建民。王建民前面3场比赛啊，就总共投出了17次3振，平均一场比赛要到达6次3振，是他们最近所没有看到过的王建民。当然，制造出来的滚地球的次数频率还是非常的多，但他已经不再是完全靠解决对手用滚地球方式的一种投手。
这是今年5月初呢，王建民第一度，也是今年唯一一度呢，面对到水手队的比赛，投了7又1/3局的完全比赛，直到第8局才被 Brosard 的这一支全垒打给破功。
对 ，Brosard 今天依旧排在先发的一垒手，因为这 Richie Sexson 受伤的关系。大概 Richie Sexson 没受伤，恐怕 Brosard 也会上来，就是凭借他过去对王建民不错的一个打击。不过他对水手队真的是非常具有压制力，上到大联盟，我们记得他在第1年初登板。生涯的第1场胜投，甚至第2场胜投都是对水手队拿下来。那今年球季在2连败之后拿下第1场胜投，还是找上了水手队，所以水手队真的是王建民的好朋友。 对，铃木一朗昨天表现非常出色，前3次上来打击啊，都是击出安打，而且中攻还包括了一次全垒打，全场比赛还贡献了2分的打点。
那画面上看到就是今天的水手队排出来的先发打序，第1棒是铃木一朗，第2。
Jojima, the catcher, will hit 7th. Batting 8th and playing second base is Jose Lopez. And Yuniesky Betancourt, the shortstop, will bat 9th. Guillen's numbers at Yankee Stadium obviously outstanding. In 19 games, 4 homers, 10 ribbies, a .350 batting average.
And on the mound is 27-year-old right-hand pitcher Chien-Ming Wang, going for his 17th win this season. Very consistent. He's coming off a great start against the Red Sox. 7 innings, 1 hit. You see those numbers. Can't get much better than that. He's a top echelon American League pitcher. Let's take a look at the Land Rovers pitcher scatter report. He's stopper. He's 7-2 after a Yankee loss. And House of Wang, he's 9-4 this season after going 11-3 last year at the stadium. Last time a Yankee pitchers won 10 games at home in consecutive seasons was Tommy John. And left-handed hitters are 0 for their last 30 at-bats, the longest of any streak in the American League.
Well, he's going to have a good test with Ichiro digging in. Yankees against the Mariners. Middle game of a 3-game set. Wang is ready, so is Ichiro. Let's do it here in the Bronx. Yankees lose yesterday 7-1. And they are essentially tied with the Mariners for the wild card. They've won 2 more games, tied in the loss column. The pitch to Ichiro is a strike, and we are underway. And the 0-1 upstairs. IO Digital Cable is the exclusive official HD sponsor for Yankees telecast here on Yes. Soft ground ball to Robinson Cano. And there's one away. Told you it's a beautiful day. Let's take a look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. 82 degrees, humidity 32%, not much wind. And the forecast is for partly cloudy, but once it becomes nighttime, can you really tell? So Chien-Ming Wang will now face Jose Vidro. There's a strike.
Yeah, you look at Ichiro, who grounded out and has not done well against Chien-Ming Wang in the short histories. Only 3 for 17, 176 batting average. But of this really offensive-minded team, they've been very streaky, Michael, but 2 of the most consistent hitters has been Jose Vidro and Ichiro.
Well, they consistently just bounced out the Cano. So there are 2 away. Let's take a look at the Yankees defensively. You know about Cano at second. We'll give you the rest of the group. In the outfield, Matsui, Cabrera, and Abreu. That's left to right. In the infield, A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Bettamy making his 7th start at first base this season. Posada behind the plate, and Chien-Ming Wang is on the mound. And Wang, who throws a lot of ground balls, is an exceptionally good fielding pitchers. Lefty batters now 0 for their last 32 against Wang. That's the longest streak against any AL pitcher this year. And now he faces a righty, and he throws a ball to Jose Guillen.
And with that sinker, Michael, I believe last year, if there's any tougher side, it would be the left-handers to have a better opportunity. But it just shows you how powerful that sinker is when it's down in the zone. Normally a sinker from a right-handed pitcher, it gives a left-hander an opportunity to stay on the ball or go the other way. But with those numbers, he's been awfully tough on lefties. And he's thrown more sliders, too. You saw that pitch in a 1-0 count to Guillen, who is a good fastball hitter. He's throwing sliders, and that's a good combination, that sinker-slider.
Good fastball upstairs, 2-1. Yankees baseball is broadcast in Spanish. It's available by hitting the SAP button on your television. SAP is brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
It's a 2-0 fastball. Guillen, good high fastball hitter, but just too much for him to handle, especially up in the zone. That's a good spot. Even though it's a ball, you have a guy who wants the fastball in Guillen, and he couldn't lay off.
Another try for Cano, so he ties a major league record held by many, making 3 assists in 1 inning. 3 up, 3 down for Chien-Ming Wang. Mariners nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Now the Yankee offense, which has been sputtering of late, will have its chance against Horacio Ramirez. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by our very good friends at Rico. Melky Cabrera leads off. He'll play center, batting second, playing shortstop, the captain, Derek Jeter. Bobby Abreu's in right field, hitting third. Alex Rodriguez will clean up. He'll play third. Batting fifth and catching, Jorge Posada. He's having a good homestand for the Yankees, having a great season. Hideki Matsui in left field will bat sixth, batting seventh, getting a rare start in the DH, Shelley Duncan. Robinson Cano at second base will bat eighth, and batting ninth and playing first base is Wilson and Betamie.
And on the mound for the Mariners is Horacio Ramirez, 27-year-old left-hander. Has not had a great season. You see the very high inflated ERA, 6.55, 90 innings, 123 hits. Not good. Too many hits per inning. Doesn't walk too many and doesn't strike too many out. Let's take a look at the Land Rover pitching scout report. Gives and gets. You saw the 6.55 ERA. The run support, 6.9 runs per game. That's the highest in the major leagues. Thanks, fellas. And bombs away is 4.15 run batting average against and runners in scoring position. Very high. And slider, is it sliding or is it going to slide down and away to the left-handed hitters? He's a guy that needs to use his fastball, but when his slider's on, he could be tough.
First pitch to Cabrera is a strike. Chopped up the middle, Betancourt, a slick fielding shortstop, 1 away. Well, you know, Betancourt's playing short, so why don't we give you the rest of the Mariner defense. In the outfield, Raul Ibanez, not a great left fielder. Ichiro's an outstanding center fielder. Jose Guillen, great arm out right. In the infield, Beltre, Betancourt, Lopez, and Broussard. That's third to first. Jojima behind the plate, Ramirez on the mound, and the Mariners are really a very good defensive team. Only Baltimore has a better fielding percentage. Here's Derek Jeter. 10 for his last 23. And that one's fouled back.
You talk about defense, and this middle infield here for the Seattle Mariners, very, very good. They like Lopez at second. Betancourt yesterday, early in the game against Cano, made a fantastic play, double play. Defense like that, especially up the middle with Ichiro, they have a good diamond defense. Jojima's a good catcher, can throw out runners.
So it's a picture-perfect defense. Greg Gibson's the home plate ump. Larry Vanover got his R back, and he's at first base. Tony Randazzo at second. Jerry Davis is over at third. Larry yesterday on the score sheet, the official score sheet, his name was spelled L-A-R-Y. Now he's L-A-R-R-Y. You still have your R, Al?
I do. Still lighter.
The 1-2. A lot of people asked me today, how'd that trip go to the shore last night?
It went well. It was a quick ride down, and this morning it was even better. Well, actually at lunchtime coming back. An hour and 5 minutes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's quick. Wow, you weren't speeding.
No.
All right. And your mom was happy to see you?
Great. Great time.
She's a good lady.
She is. Thank you.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled away. Boy, the stars have been coming out the Yankee Stadium quite a bit. We got Spike Lee. He's here all the time. And there's Brad Pitt with little Maddox. Brad Pitt's here. You're no longer the best-looking guy in the stadium.
Yes. You know you got me beat.
Out the way.
How about the picture in the paper today with him and some crazed fan? Did you see that?
She grabbed his neck out in Europe. Maddox had been sporting a full mohawk, so the hair on the side growing. And as you can see, I read page 6 quite a bit.
Not alone.
Where's Angelina? I mean, Brad's here. Where's Angelina with the other kids? Count 2-2 on Jeter. just underway here at the stadium on a beautiful evening in New York City. And the 2-2. Line drive caught by Broussard. Had to play beautifully two-way. What kind of lift does that give a pitcher? Guy just hit the ball on the screws, it's an out.
Big. They say it all evens out, but Derek Jeter's doing the right thing here, and looks so far that Ramirez is throwing mostly away to the right-handed batters, and he just stays on that ball and goes the other way. Broussard makes a good play. It's always a good feeling. When you get to this level, any out I always felt was a great out.
And it might have the opposite effect on Jeter. Well, I did everything right there, and I don't even get a hit. I saw he was shaking his head. There's Bobby Abreu. There's a strike. Bobby is one of the Yankee lefties who happens to be struggling. Bobby on this homestand, 4 for 26. Matsui is 4 for 26. Johnny Damon, 3 for 23. That one is drilled to left center. He really crushed that ball, and it's one hop up against the wall. So Abreu will stop at second with a 2-out double. Thought about third, but held up.
Well, this is how you negate a slump, Michael. Staying on this breaking ball, you see it's up, and then it ends up being middle of the plate. Not a good location for Ramirez being ahead in the count, but Abreu didn't try to do a whole lot. He's recognizing that the left-handed pitcher doesn't overpower him. He can handle a fastball inside because of the lack of velocity, and he stays on that ball and is able to hit a line drive to left center. Abreu's got the most history against Ramirez. In 24 at-bats, he was batting .250. Most of these Yankee hitters have only seen Ramirez once or twice, while Ramirez has spent most of the time in the National League with the Braves.
27 double of the year for Bobby Abreu. And here's A-Rod. And there's a strike. In his career lifetime, you see A-Rod's numbers this season. Ramirez 2-0 with a 0.63 ERA against the Yankees. 14 and a third innings, 12 hits, just 2 runs, 1 of them earned. 1 was earlier this year, and then 1 was an interleague play for the Braves. Pretty impressive numbers, and well, then you have to decide, well, what wins out, the 0.63 or the 6.55 that he sports against everybody. 1-1.
Well, you make a good point. When there's career numbers, there is something to be said for career numbers, especially when you have a lot of history. And Bobby Abreu with Ramirez, while Bobby was with the Phillies and Ramirez with the Braves. But, you know, time goes on as the pitcher, the same stuff. Ramirez threw a lot harder. Once upon a time, he's had shoulder injury this year. He's been on the DL 6 times.
Ground ball, third base. Bobbled there by Beltre, but he regains, throws across the diamond, and that will do it as the Yankees don't score in the first. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. So Abreu's double is wasted as A-Rod grounds out to his fellow third baseman. We go to the second. There's no score at Yankee Stadium on Yes. He is one of the nicest guys. I know I'm probably ruining his whole rap because he comes off as a curmudgeon on the show, but just a great guy. And I highly recommend that Center Stage show when we run it in a couple of weeks.
Your favorite?
Oh, it's definitely up there. It's in my top 5. What a tremendous guy. Tremendous guy. Just the nicest, funniest guy. So he's here watching the game. And Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO this Sunday. 6th season premiere. Here's Raul Ibanez. And the pitch is low, 1-0. Fouled away.
You know, to think of this Mariner team, Michael, how they've been so streaky, and you know, really to be in the playoff hunt and where they are with the wild card, it looks like the West is going to be out. Streaky teams are teams that are at the bottom, and their streaks, what they've shown with winning and losing streaks to keep them in the top at 74 wins. With the amount of losing streaks, they're third at the bottom with Florida and Tampa Bay, but they were still able to hold enough to be where they are. It's really remarkable with that 9-game losing streak and then winning yesterday. There's John McLaren, the new manager. Was he interim?
No, he's the manager. The 2-1 fouled away. Well, they've had 4 losing streaks of 6 or more games. And, you know, you look around baseball and you get the sense there are no perfect teams. I mean, there's not even close. We saw when the Red Sox got swept by the Yankees, that's a team with flaws. The Yankees obviously have flaws, inconsistency. The Mariners, there's no perfect team anymore. They've always wanted parity in baseball, Alan. They're getting pretty close to having a lot of teams having a chance to get to the playoffs every year.
And that's a good thing. You know, obviously, if you're a Yankee fan or from the big markets, you'd want to see the same big market teams. I guess television would prefer the big market teams, better ratings. But look, there's so many players, 750 big leaguers. You go to spring training respectively in Arizona or Florida, and you look around the room and say, geez, I hope everybody stays healthy and they have career years. And then even then, we might not even make the playoffs. Now, with the way the structure is, it really is good. It gives a lot of hope and promise to a lot of different cities.
And you know what? You have to give a lot of credit to the Yankee organization, which, I mean, the amount of revenue sharing that they put into the pot to give out to the other teams. And they had to agree to do it, and they did. And that really has helped a lot of teams that spend it the right way. Other people put it in their pocket. But, you know, the Yankees, it's over $100 million, the amount of money they give into the pot. Ibanez singles up the middle. First hit against Chien-Ming Wang. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by your New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut Lexus dealers.
Raul Ibanez right there breaking up a 0 for 32 left-handers against Chien-Ming Wang. And you saw his approach there, sinkers down the way. If left-handed batters are going to pull off his sinker, that's the result of the 0 for 32. So Ibanez stay on that ball and go up the middle.
Here's Adrian Beltre. Hitting over 350 in his last 16 games. Signed a big money contract as a free agent before last year. Really did okay, but having a pretty representative year this year. Well, he had a monster season at the right time with the Dodgers.
0-4, he was as good as anybody, and excellent third baseman too. He's underrated defensively, I believe. Maybe mostly because he plays in Seattle, but there you see his 0-4 numbers: 334, 48 home runs, 121. Silver Slugger at third base.
In 2 years, this is his 3rd year with Seattle. 48 home runs when you're going to be a free agent. Doesn't get better than that. Runner goes. Pitch is grounded to A-Rod. They'll have one play. They'll make it at first. As Ibanez, because he was running, stayed out of the double play and moves to second.
Posada just getting on the page with Wang, with Ibanez at second base, getting the signs right.
Let's take a look at the JNR Music and Computer World upcoming schedule. One more game against the Mariners. That's at 7 o'clock tomorrow right here on Yes. BP show at 6. 6:30 is the pregame. 7:07 first pitch. Then Thursday's an off day. Then the Yankees move to Kansas City to begin a 10-day road trip. Kansas City, Toronto, and Boston. And the times in Kansas City: Friday at 8, Saturday at 7, Sunday is at 2. A very important series. Every game now is very, very important. Here's Ben Broussard. Pitches inside. Richie Sexton, the regular first baseman for Seattle, but he's out with a hamstring problem. He's expected to miss tomorrow as well. Good guy to back up, though, Ben Broussard. There's Sexton. They signed Sexton and Beltre off the same free agent class, and both of them have been somewhat disappointing. Sexton especially. Right in on the hands and a ground ball of Cano. This will be his 4th assist, and the second out of the inning as Ibanez moves to 3rd.
Yeah, I would think Richie Sexton was a guy that was a kind of a Dave Kingman all-or-nothing guy, and he has been hurt. He's been banged up. His whole basically left side, his knee, his leg, his hamstring. It's just hasn't been good for him. But anytime you bet 207 and his home run production is only 21 homers and 63 RBIs, it's not where he wants to be. And certainly in the middle of the lineup for a team that hits as well as they do, he hasn't been as consistent.
First year, 263, 39 homers. Second year, last year, 264, and 34 homers. Jojima rips one foul. But an awful lot of strikeouts for Sexton. As Al said, Dave Kingman-like in his production. All or nothing at all. Better defender, though, than Kingman. Not great, but Kingman was below average.
Kingman played left, did he?
Tries to pull an outside pitch and a ground ball with Jeter. Bedami off the bag, and he tags Jojima for the final out of the second inning. So Chin-Ming Wang pitching a Chin-Ming Wang game. All 6 outs via the ground ball. Mariners.
She admitted to what?
That she was the greatest ever.
Really?
Yeah. She said, yeah, you know what, I am. I was.
It's good to be confident, right?
Well, it was between Martino or Steffi Graf, and she said, I think I was better. But she gave Graf her props. You got to watch the show, Al. I can't just give it to you now.
I like the show. I watch.
All right. Here's Posada as we go to the bottom of the second. There's no score. Posada, one of the Yankees, having a good homestand. 8 for 22, is average at 331. And there's a strike. Well, if you missed the pregame show, the news from the Yankees today is that Roger Clemens had an MRI of his right elbow, and there was some inflammation in there. No structural damage. But Roger is going to go to Houston tomorrow, and there he will be administered a cortisone shot. Al, you've had cortisone in your life. How does it work, and how quickly does it work?
Well, you feel great initially. I did have a cortisone shot in my elbow. I have had a couple in my shoulder and a couple in my knee. The big danger of it is, Michael, that you feel great right off the bat. First 48 hours, you know, the cortisone, especially if it hits the joint and it subsides the pain and inflammation. It all depends on the time that Roger will want and need to rest in order to feel the non-effect of what the cortisone is doing and the repair and the strength of what he needs.
Now, does it repair or does it mask?
It masks. Yeah, there's no repairing. I mean,
that one's drilled deep to left field. Backing up Ibanez. That ball's gone. A home run. Posada. A line shot over the wall and left. And the Yankees lead 1-0.
Was a bullet, Michael. That got out of here in less than a couple seconds, it seemed. That's a fastball that was supposed to be in on the hands. A line drive to left field for Posada's 17th home run. It's his 6th home run as a right-hander. He's been hot all year and shows with his batting average, and he got all over that one.
Here's Matsui. There's a strike. So on a full count delivery, Posada delivers. He's delivered all year. 17 homers now, 79 runs batted in, having an extraordinary offensive season. And there's a strike, 0-2. So do you think that Clemens misses more than one start? Or do you think he could actually pitch on Sunday?
I think it all depends on Roger. What his mindset is after this year, who knows? You definitely could get back quickly for something like this. If it's a young kid and he's looking for his career and years to come, I would say you better be careful and make sure whatever's going on is there and rehab it properly. Again, I don't know what Roger's plan is in the future, but if it's a matter of him just trying to get through 4 starts in September and a few starts in postseason October, he could come back quickly. Yes.
Now, it's significant to point out that some people, especially when they're younger, shy away from the cortisone shot because of what we said. It masks what's wrong. It makes you feel good. And that's why David Ortiz will not put the cortisone in his knee. As Matsui swings and misses. And the reason for that, he said he wants to feel the pain because he wants to know if I push it, I could really hurt myself for the future. And Roger's 45 years old, so I think he just wants to get back on the mound. Here's Shelley Duncan. With everybody back healthy, Shelley has not played that much of late, but he's getting a rare start against the left-hander here tonight. Gets a nice hand from the crowd. He became a crowd favorite in a hurry with all those quick home runs. The count 1-0. And a strike, count 1-1.
And that's hard for any player, but especially Michael, a young player like Shelley Duncan, who's got so much enthusiasm and excitement, but not getting an opportunity to play as much. He's only got one game this homestand.
And all of his home runs have been here at Yankee Stadium.
To get in a rhythm and timing and all the things that hitters need to do to square up a baseball, it's tough to do. You've got to really improvise your work on the side and in batting practice.
2-1. 3-1. Robinson Cano is on deck. Grounded to third. Beltre. And there are 2 outs. And that'll bring up Robinson Cano.
That right there was an example of timing. He got a fastball. It was out over the plate. He was a little too quick and got the barrel of the bat out in front instead of his hands, and that was the result. A ground ball to third. The reason why major league hitters get 600 at bats, 500 at bats.
There's a strike from Ramirez. Cano just 5 hits in his last 24 at bats. His average is dipped under 300. There's a strike. Count 0-2.
That's where right there you see a 0-1 fastball. Robinson Cano has been much more selective this year. He's got 35 walks. Last year he had 16 the whole season. But when they're in between a little bit, Michael, you can see that fastball. He's not sure to pull the trigger, looking for something else.
Tried to pull an outside pitch, and that's going to be a tough play. And they can't make it. Once it got past Ramirez, you knew that was no man's land, so a base hit for Cano.
That is completely no man's land. Watch it. Now, first of all, lefty generally will fall off to the third base side. Ramirez did not. And you see that by him going for the ball, Broussard ended up going. It was just, he thought he could get it. That's kind of the pitcher's fielding practice, and then Broussard being way out of position. The only way that that could have been made was Lopez fielding that ball in. But even then with Cano's speed, that's just a hang with him. You know, talk about do hits even out. You know, hits like that bother pitchers more, but if you're Ramirez, you have to remember Derek Jeter's first at bat, the line drive out to Broussard.
Well, you know you don't.
You don't. You're always begging.
Paul O'Neill doesn't remember any of the dribblers that were hits. He only remembers the line drives that were caught. To this day.
I feel him.
Count 1-0 on Bettamy. Bettamy, the switch hitter. He's a much better hitter from the left side. He's in an extended slump. Hitless in his last 17 at bats. Fouled away. So he's produced for the Yankees home runs and RBI wise. 3 home runs, 15 ribbies, but hitting 184. He has 4 hits in his last 33 at-bats. And again, you have a case of a guy who's used to playing a little bit more than this, and it's hard to stay sharp. But with the injury to Andy Phillips, he is going to see more time, but he has to hit better from the right side. Now 1-2.
You know, the hitters that you're talking about, we're talking about Shelley Duncan and now Bedamit. It's the same thing with a pitcher who hasn't, a bullpen guy who hasn't pitched in a while. It's the whole chicken egg theory. You got to figure out a way to keep yourself sharp, but yet not get an opportunity. When do you get that opportunity to be sharp? And it's part of the game. You know, bench guys that the Yankees increased and improved their bench, and as a result, there's a lot of good players that don't play every day. There's only 8 spots out there, 9 with the DH.
Count 1-2. In 8 games since August 22nd, 0 for 17. Kind of burst upon the scene when he came to the Yankees in the deal that sent Scott Proctor to the Dodgers. But a lot of his at-bats have come right-handed. Again, he's not a great hitter right-handed. His strength is from the left side. The 1-2. And that one he lines into center field. It's going to be a base hit in front of Ichiro. So that snaps the 0 for 17. And that's a weight off Bedamit's shoulders. Runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Well, he's doing what you'll hear hitters say: stay on the ball away there. You see that fastball away. 75% of most of the major league pitchers throw fastballs away. And instead of pulling off, if he pulls off this ball right here, it's a ground ball to the left side, stays on it. You see his hands go through the ball. The good level bat, the barrel of the bat stays on the ball, and Ichiro can't get to it.
Here's Melky. Rounded up the middle. Betancourt will flip to Lopez for the final out of the inning. So Betancourt went a long way to the glove side to take away a hit and an RBI from Cabrera. But the Yankees do get a run on 3 hits. The home run by Posada put him on the board. We played 2, and at the end of 2, Yankees 1, Seattle nothing. Jose Lopez leads off the 3rd inning against Chin-Ming Wang, and the first pitch is a strike. Coors Light scoreboard, it's 1-0 Yankees, 1-4-0 against Ramirez, 0-1-0 for Seattle. Chin-Ming Wang has gotten 6 outs, all via the ground ball. Raul Ibanez singled to lead off the second, the only base runner. The 0-1. And that one is lined to right field. Abreu, 1 down. Let's take a look now at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios. Make the switch to Verizon Fios, TV, internet, and phone. Jared Washburn will go for Seattle, 9 and 12, 4.37. And the 21-year-old rookie right-hander Phil Hughes for the Yankees, 2 and 3 with a 5.65. The coverage will begin at 6 p.m. with the batting practice show. 6:30 is our pregame show, and 7:07 should be the first pitch for Phil Hughes. Here's Rafael Betancourt. And there's a strike. I just said Rafael. It's Yuniesky Betancourt, of course. There is a Rafael Betancourt, but he's a pitcher for the Indians, so I apologize. The 0-1. Grounded right there to A-Rod. Nice pick on the glove side, 2 away. 7th ground ball out by Chin-Ming Wang.
And you're going to see a lot of that with Chin-Ming Wang. He's got a super sinker, and here Alex Rodriguez at the hot corner. It's all reactionary. Got a nice little charity hop. Good firm throw over to Bedamit.
Let's get the Bacardi scouting report on Ichiro.
Well, you see Wee Willie Keeler and Boggs. Well, Ichiro is the 3rd player in 7 years in a row to have 200+ hits. Big city, bright lights. He's batting .351. It's the 5th highest batting average at the Yankee Stadium since they reopened in 1976. And left is right. When he first started playing baseball, his father figured, you know, you're closer to first base on the left side, so I'm going to make you a left-handed batter. And I talked to Ichiro about that, and he said, well, if first base was toward third base, I would have been right-handed. His interpreter said that.
That one is lined to center field. Melky Cabrera on the run. And he'll put it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. So Ichiro hit it hard, but a good domestic violence. You can join the team and support Samsung's Home Run for Kids by visiting fourseasonsofhope.com or joetorre.org, because a little hope can make a big difference. Well, we go to the bottom of the third inning here at Yankee Stadium. On the Coors Light scoreboard, it's 1-4-0 Yankees and 0-1-0 for Seattle. Chien-Ming Wang has looked very good over the first three, allowing just one hit. And here's Derek Jeter against Horacio Ramirez. Ramirez must be in a state of shock, Al, because the Mariners score him 6.9 runs per game, which is the highest in the majors. So he's not used to having 0 after 3 innings.
Well, how many times do you face a guy like Chien-Ming Wang? Certainly a premier pitcher in baseball. And you know you better be on your game when you're facing the upper echelon starters.
Right back to Ramirez. You know what's really strange? When you could start the season, and you know on opening day you're always going to get your #1 starter unless he's hurt.
Yeah.
But as the season moves along, it's strange. Your #1 starter always seems to go up against the #1 starter. So he's probably their #5, and he probably faces the #5 all the time.
Yes, you're right. I think more times than not, the 5th starter gets a bad spot. For some reason, well, no some reason. There's off days, and many teams, because they don't go that deep, they skip their 5th starter. So now you end up your 5th starter. I always thought that 3rd or 4th position was your best spot.
Why? Because you might face
yeah, well, not too many teams go 4 deep. Really, your 4th starter, you stay away from the #1 guy. You might even face the #5. There's something to it.
So there's some ego to be the #1 guy on the staff, but it's probably better to be 3.
4, yeah. Give me runs.
Did you ever have a season where they didn't score runs? There's always a season. There's always one pitcher that just doesn't get the run counted.
For me,
yeah,
it seemed like every year. Of course, I would say that.
Of course.
No. There was a year. I think I had a 2.47 ERA, and I won 16 or 17 games with the Mets, and you know, it was tough. I remember every game it was 1 or 2 runs kind of thing.
2.47. So that translates in the American League like to a 6, right?
What? It's about 3/4 of a run. I'll give you that.
You think it's just 3/4? You don't think it's a run?
I'm sure there's a number for it. We'll probably get our crack staff here to figure it out. But I've always thought it was about 3/4 of a run. And really, the veteran pitchers would even cut into that, because if you manage 6, 7, 8 to get to 9, and I always thought, manage your lineup. Be able to, good slider right here. So far, Ramirez is showing his good breaking ball. Talking to some of the people who cover the Mariners, they said he's hot or cold, Horacio Ramirez, and if he's down in the zone, he's getting his slider and curveball over, he could be tough. Yeah, so by managing 6, 7, 8, you have an out, maybe a runner or 2 on, and in the middle of the lineup, you can work around the pitcher. There's very few Dontrelle Willises out there that can handle the bat.
How about Micah Owings? He could really swing the bat. Pitcher for the Diamondbacks. He had a rope double off Greg Maddux yesterday. He just looks like a hitter up there.
Glavine was good too when he was young.
Lined into left field, another base hit for Bobby Abreu. He's 2 for 2.
Two good at bats so far from Bobby Abreu. Now the previous at bat was his slider. You see where Jojima was setting up. He wanted the fastball away, and it's about command, location, location, location. Tommy John once said that ball was middle of the plate. Again, Bobby Abreu not trying to do too much. You hear hitters will say if they're struggling, stay on the ball, go to right center. I want 3 line drives to the opposite way. And what that does, it just keeps a guy on the ball longer. He doesn't pull his shoulder, keeps his hands back.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. Alex grounded to third in the first, and this looks like a double play. There's one on to first, a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So far, okay for Horacio Ramirez. Yankees no runs a hit, no errors, and Time for the Aflac trivia question. Chien-Ming Wang's .717 winning percentage is the third highest in the expansion era for any Yankees pitcher through 75 starts. What two Yankees have a higher winning percentage? How about you, Al? Are you in there? We can't guess, though. Vidro right back to the mound, knocked down by Wang. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hey, stay tuned during the 6th inning for an update on today's top business headlines from your #1 news network, the Fox News Channel.
The right fielder, Jose Guillen.
Here's Jose Guillen. Grounded to second. That was in the first. Actually, the first inning was 3 ground balls to Cano. And there's a strike. Chien-Ming Wang looks sharp tonight. Really dealing, working quickly, effectively throwing strikes. He's thrown only 31 pitches through 3 1/3.
Anytime you're coming off 3 consecutive wins and 7 innings, 1 hit against the Red Sox, you feel good about what you're doing on that bump.
Foul back.
And really, Chien-Ming Wang has been, it's been great. Off and on. He had a bad start in Toronto, and then there was a little residual into his next start, but that's to be expected. I mean, you'd like to think that you can go out and every single start during the season nail it.
Along with Al Leiter, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on the YES Network. 4th inning at the stadium. It is 1-0 Yankees. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening. The 0-2 outside 1-2. .33 pitches, 23 strikes.
Which is very good. Chien-Ming Wang is in the league lead of least amount of pitches per inning, averaging right around 14. You do that, throw strikes, get ahead. Your defense is fresh. They're on their toes. Usually get good plays. You get them in the dugout quickly.
2-2. Big healthy cut by Guillen. Count still 2-2. Ground ball to short. Jeter charges. Another ground ball out, 2 away for Chien-Ming Wang. Hey, if you get a chance, please stop by and visit our friends at J&R Music and Computer World. So there are 2 down, and here's Ibanez, really the only blemish for Chien-Ming Wang. He singled in the 2nd inning. Last time he faced the Mariners, he had a perfect game into the 8th inning. And Ben Broussard broke that up. Broke up the perfect game, the no-hitter, and the shutout. And the 1-0. Another strike. Well, those numbers that you see on the velocity readings, that's the difference for Chien-Ming Wang than other sinker ballers. He can throw 95 miles an hour. He throws low at the knees at 95. It's very rare. 1-1.
Plus, he's starting to throw more of that. He's got a good, it's called a scissor effect. When you have a sinker ball pitcher, you see the left-handed batter in the box. His sinker will run down and away or away from the lefty. And now he's come up with a nice, sharp slider. And he doesn't just use it for show. He puts away hitters with it. It's been a strikeout pitch. He's got an out with Guillen on the last at bat. He's got a ball going away and in. It's awfully tough to hit.
And the 1-2. Strike 3, Ibanez down looking. So another 1-2-3 inning for Chien-Ming Wang, who's retired 9 in a row since Ibanez's 2nd inning single. Go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Yanks. And it's the third highest in the expansion era for any Yankees pitcher through 75 starts. What two Yankees have a higher winning percentage?
I think it's David Cohen, Ron Guidry.
Wow, look at you. Phenomenal work by Al. I'm so proud of you, Al.
The timing, that's okay, right? We just can't guess before that.
All right, as it's about to show up,
right.
you can do it, yeah. You could lose your job.
I don't want to get canned.
Posada, the only offense in this game, a line drive home run over the left field wall to lead off the second inning. The 1-0. Ground ball right side, base hit for Posada.
Well, when Lopez was playing, you see the ball away, and .333 batting average for Posada this year. Fantastic year hitting. He's able to stay on the spot. Look where Lopez is. He sees the hole, the ball's away from him. It's a matter of getting the barrel of the bat on it, making sure you don't get underneath it and hit a fly ball. If you're 300-plus hitters, see anybody in Major Leagues with 300-plus hitting, they're going to have a spray chart that hits her from left field to right field.
Matsui fouls it off in front of the plate. With that base hit, Posada now 4 for 6 in these 2 games against the Mariners. They are not holding Posada on. Little do they know that Posada has 2 stolen bases this year. He's not been caught. He picks his spots.
Well, you have a catcher behind there, albeit yesterday the Yankees ran on Felix Hernandez, but Jojima has thrown out 42% of the runners.
Knocks the glove off of Ramirez. There's one on to first, not in time. Literally knocked the glove off his hand. 1-4 is the putout.
This is a line drive smash. He was able to get the glove up, but when you're reaching for it, you're just hoping for an out. That ball was hit so hard, and the way it's been going for Ramirez this year. Watch this line shot here. Sticks his glove up, falls off. Almost got a double play out of it. Close play at first base. Certainly saving a hit in the first and third situation. Instead, he's got 1 out, runner first.
Shelley Duncan grounded out to third in the second. Pitch outside.
You were mentioning last inning, we were talking about the American League, National League. I figured it was 3/4 of a run. There was an article in New York Times. I assume that their data is right. From 2000 through 2005, starting pitchers going from the American League to the National League decreased their ERA by .85. National League to American League, it went up .7.
Rip foul. Shelley Duncan, but a little too quick. So we were both wrong. You were 3/4, I was a run, so it's about .8 something.
Well, where's the .7?
Well, that's National League to the, okay.
We're close.
Fine, you're right. Very contentious these last 2 games. Argumentative.
I know what contentious is. No, I was, because you said 1 run. I wanted to see if, figured somebody had something stat-wise.
Keeping Matsui close is Horacio Ramirez. Yankees are 12-5 this year in home games against left-handed starters. But this is the weirdest stat that I can't figure out. Maybe Al could bring some clarity to it. On the road against left-handed starters, they're 2-14. At home, they're 12-5. Why? Is that just a statistical blip?
Well, let's start with the 314 in right field at a left-handed friendly stadium. What's their home record overall? I think they play much better here. I would say
home record is 45-27. 31-35 on the road.
Okay, so overall they don't play as well on the road.
But not to that extent, Al.
I would give it the stadium, the friendly confines of Yankee Stadium of a short right field. Coming up near the neck a little bit on a 1-2 fastball. To be effective at any level, there's a 314 down right field line. You got to move the hitter's feet, and Ramirez did.
Only team with a better home record in Major League Baseball. You want to guess?
Boston.
No, Boston's close though. The Angels, 46-22.
That's a tough place. Especially East Coast teams going west.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw to second is in time. A strike him out, throw him out, double play, and the put out is 2-4 to get Matsui trying to steal. Here's a quick tag by Jose Lopez. Got him right on the toe before he hit the bag. We go to the fifth. It's 1-0 Yanks. Thank you, Nancy. Here at the stadium, it's 1-0. Yankees over the Mariners. Chien-Ming Wang pitching a beauty. A one-hitter on the Corona Extra scoreboard. 1-6-0 Yanks, 0-1-0 for Seattle. So Adrian Beltre starts it off, taking the pitch inside, 1-0. You know, it behooves Chien-Ming Wang to pitch as close to a perfect game as he can all the time because he's so much of a better pitcher in the full windup.
And huge numbers. You have that? I know we used it in a scout report a couple starts ago. It was like 0.59 in the motion, and you see his little delay, good leg kick, and his ERA with not runners in scoring position, just runners on base. It went up to like 5 or 6.
And batting average against, it's like they hit 300 against him. Otherwise, they hit under 200 when he's in the full windup.
Most pitchers feel comfortable in the windup. You do most of your side work and everything with the full delivery.
You once told me a great story that Greg Maddux told you about warming up in the stretch, right?
You know, Michael, it's so like, of course, statement. So when do you have to make a pitch out? And it's, of course, it's going to be a situation where runners on base, you're coming from the stretch, and you got to make that money pitch. It's not from the windup. How many times you lose a game because of a solo home run?
So why don't pitchers pitch out of the stretch all the time?
They should. As a matter of fact, after that conversation with Maddux, because I was a pitcher that didn't feel as comfortable from the stretch. It was always like a couple pitches after you give up a hit, or in my case a walk, that it would be a few pitches later that I would settle in. And Wong is the same way.
And if it's a few pitches, then you know what? You can be in trouble.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't take, you know, a couple bad pitches, another walk, or get behind the count. You leave a fat one out over the plate, and there's a run or backing up bases. Because I watched Maddux, you know, between starts and 4 starts, and I would see he exclusively, pretty much, 75–80% of his warm-ups were from the stretch. Now you watch Wong coming from the stretch. This would be the second time with Ibanez a single in the first inning. He doesn't get his obvious chance to go over his head, and his leg kick should be a little quicker to help Posada. Your timing's off.
Well, now he's working out of the stretch, and the pitch is outside, 1-0. Now, we've talked about Clemens today, and if you joined us late, Clemens is going to go to Houston tomorrow, get a cortisone shot administered to his elbow, and hopefully he will not miss much more than 1 start. He's trying not even to miss 1 start. If he does on Sunday, Mike Messina would get the start. But I was having a discussion with somebody today, Al, you know, just paying attention to yesterday's Padres Diamondbacks game. Greg Maddux is really an amazing pitcher. For him to do what he does, throwing 83, 84 miles an hour with a fastball, And you look at his lifetime numbers, the 1-0, and he's got to be in. I always say that Roger Clemens is arguably the greatest pitcher of all time. Greg Maddux has to be in the discussion. I'd still give it to Clemens, but Maddux has to be in the discussion.
He does. You're right. And I marvel at it mostly because of his ability to, you talk about managing a lineup. And obviously being in the National League has definitely helped in these contemporary years since the DH inception in '73. And there hasn't been one rule change. That's why when I make the comment that I think Roger Clemens is the greatest pitcher, it's no slight on all of the great previous pitchers. Not at all. But there hasn't been one rule change since 1968 that has benefited the pitcher. So in contemporary times, it is more difficult to pitch. Not to say that Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax and all the great pitchers we could line up couldn't perform and be great today, but they're doing it now. What Maddux is able to do, as you say, with an 84, 85 mile an hour fastball is remarkable.
Clemens has 354 wins. And as Al said, in this day and age with the DH pitching his entire career except for the 3 years in Houston, it really is startling. And 7 Cy Youngs.
If you look at the wins.
But Maddux, look at that. He's just 10 wins behind.
Yeah. He knows how to win and certainly knows how to keep runners off base and low ERA. Of active players, he's second of active pitchers behind Pedro Martinez. Roy Oswalt, who doesn't have the body of work. Clemens is 4 active. Johan Santana's 5th. But you look at career numbers where Clemens is, and certainly Maddux is up there.
(3-1) count on Broussard. Beltre goes, pitches low, the throw unnecessary as Wong has now walked 2 straight Mariners. And now we get to see how he's going to pitch. Even more pressure working out of the stretch with now the tying run at second base.
Well, I don't know Greg Gibson's call, but you know this is dangerous. Right here, we'll watch the low jack caught stealing there.
That was Jojima's throw, and he's coming up to the plate, and that ended the bottom of the 4th with a strike him out, throw him out double play.
I say, Michael, the home plate umpires, a situation like that with the runner running, Greg Gibson's got to be very adamant and quick with his call. You see Posada was setting up away for the sinker. That ball looked like it was inside off the plate, might have been on the plate. And of course Jorge's got to come up throwing, but it's dangerous because if he throws it away, it was already called ball 4.
And now Chien-Ming Wang, who was dealing, has lost the plate, and then Ron Guidry quickly out of the dugout. From up here, Al, what are you seeing? Why has he lost the plate?
I think what you start, you know, the suggestion of the ERA, it becomes mechanical.
But why did he walk Beltre? That was out of the line.
Well, I mean, it was actually a bad walk. He got ahead of him 1-2 and then threw a slider off the plate, overthrew a fastball, and you know it was a good at bat by Beltre. I mean, he does walk some batters, albeit not too many for the year. He's only walked 45. Now he's got 47. That's in 166 innings with these 470 innings. So that's fantastic, his walks to innings ratio.
Well, it's going to be tough to walk Jojima. Jojima has not walked in his last 99 plate appearances. This is a tough guy to walk. He's up there swinging. So Guidry tries to break the bad rhythm, settle down Chien-Ming Wang. Let's see if it worked. Chien-Ming Wang always 1 pitch away from 2 outs. The 1-0. There's a strike.
That's a call. Good call from Posada right there. You got Wang, who's a little out of sync. His fastball still has got good velocity to it. Posada looks slow down. What is a slow down pitch for him? The slider. Why? Because it's not a max effort pitch. Just nice and easy, get on top, finish, and you're going to let the break be effective for the hitter to not hit. There's another one. This is 2 in a row. He's got a good feel for it. I'd throw it again. See Jojima pulling. Watch Jojima pull off that ball. He's looking for the fastball. He's out in front. There's no reason not to throw that again. If you see a hitter look that bad, throw it again.
Hit sharply through the left side for a base hit. Beltre rounds third. Here he comes. Here's the throw from Matsui. He's out. What a throw by Matsui for the first out of the inning.
throw from Matsui. This is a slider that was left up, and you see Jojima not doing a whole lot. Matsui getting up strong, makes a good throw. This is a tough hop for Posada to get the ball and put a quick tag down. That was a great play by Jorge Posada. This is a strong throw. Carlos Garcia, the third base coach, elected to wave Beltre. You see that that's a short hop, and he immediately gets to his left and puts a quick tag down. That's a nice play from Jorge Posada.
And to hold on to that ball, almost kicked out of his glove. Did so many things right there.
Oh, look at that, Michael. The ball was in his hand.
Oh, so he couldn't have kicked it out of the glove. There's no such thing as the electricity play in the majors.
Well, so long as the hand, but if the hand is holding the ball and your hand is in the glove, it still counts.
Lopez with a ground ball at third. This could be two. There's one. On to first. Double play. So Chien-Ming Wang helped out by his defense. A great throw by Matsui. And then A-Rod starts a 5-4-3 double play. No runs, a hit. No errors, and one man left. This was the one that got him out of the inning. One pitch, 2 outs. We're happy. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York State Smokers Quit Line. Call 1-866-NY-QUITS for free patches, gum, or lozenges. Exciting top of the 5th inning. 2 walks get Chien-Ming Wang into immediate trouble. Then Matsui with a great play and a double play. The Corona Extra scoreboard shows the Yankees up 1-0.
Good pitching. Usually you get good defense. You look at the first game with Betancourt, Lopez.
Base hit there by Cano. His second hit of the night. So a couple of the Yankee lefties, Abreu and Cano, who had been struggling, both 2 for 2.
Staying on this ball right here is a fastball that was supposed to be away. Gets in enough on Robinson Cano for him not to be able to drive it harder, but it's placement right here. And right now, the way Robbie's been swinging, he'll take that for sure.
At Fenway Park, the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0. That's the bottom of the 4th inning. Betamit bunts foul. Yankees have an interest in both of those teams. The Blue Jays are making it interesting, 5.5 behind the Yankees in the wild card. And the Yankees are 7 games behind the Red Sox in the East. So either way that goes, the Yankees will gain ground on somebody that's involved in the pennant race. Betamit has a conversation with Larry Bow. Another bunt. A beauty down the third baseline. Jojima makes the play at first. And moving into scoring position is Cano. So the sac bunt is scored 2-3.
Well executed sacrifice bunt here by Wilson Betamit. Puts the ball down and it softens it, deadens it to the third base side. It's a situation that Yankees are just trying to get Cano in scoring position with Betamit struggling. Let him feel good about being part of the offense and potentially scoring a run here, and having Cabrera up and Jeter on deck and keeping out of double play.
Betamit talking with the Yankee bench coach Don Mattingly, and the pitch to Cabrera is a strike. Cabrera has grounded out to third and grounded out. Check that, grounded out to short twice. Ground ball right side, going to be a tough play as Ramirez will cover. And they're 2 away as Cano moves to third. Let's get it to Nancy Newman with a quick update from the studio. Nancy, Jacoby Ellsbury is one of the top prospects in the Red Sox system. They're very high on him, and they refuse to deal him before the trade deadline. So he gets a big home run against Halladay there. Here's Derek Jeter with a runner at third and 2 outs. Fly ball right field. Guillen is there, and he'll put it away. So the Yankees waste the inning opening single by Cano. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 5 in the books. Here at the stadium, it's 1-0 Yankees. Yuniesky Betancourt will lead off for Seattle here in the 6th. Yankees holding on to a 1-0 lead. They have 7 hits, but they've been unable to do anything against Ramirez except for the Posada home run in the 2nd. Games like this, you hope it doesn't come back and bite you. This is a close game, 1 mistake, and everything could change.
Well, if you're Wong, you're grateful for the great effort and the great defense. Matsui making a great throw, Posada holding on to keep the Mariners from scoring.
High fly ball, left center, and Cabrera is there. 1 away.
You know, when Wong is on this year, he's got 317 ground ball outs, 122 fly balls today. Well, that was his 3rd fly out. That's sinker ball pitchers. They want to see all those ground balls. When there's too many fly ball outs, usually the ball's not sinking or the ball is up.
Here's Ichiro. Over the last 7 seasons, he's had 1,555 hits. And over the last 70 years, no one has had more hits over 7 seasons than Ichiro Suzuki. The only one that comes within 100 of that over a 7-season span is Wade Boggs, who had 1,479. And as Al told you earlier, Ichiro a .351 hitter at Yankee Stadium.
And he signed an extension. Well, there were some people in baseball that thought it was an unreasonable sign. This guy's a great player all the way around.
He signed a 5-year extension for about $18 million a year, but in present day money, it's less than that. Line drive, base hit to center field for Ichiro, and then David Sampson, the president of the Marlins, had the gall to criticize the signing and said that's what's wrong with baseball. And Bill Bavasi, the general manager of the Mariners, and you see what Ichiro's done here, he was almost chagrined. He said, well, I'll take that as a compliment. I talked to a lot of baseball people, Al, and they said that it was a brilliant signing and that if Ichiro had hit the open market, he probably could have gotten $25 million a year.
Well, I guess you got to always know who's saying what. And Bavasi did the right thing by basically no comment.
But he was upset. And a lot of people in baseball were aghast at the comments from Sampson because it didn't make sense. In today's market, it was a great signing.
Michael, he's a leadoff hitter. He's batted .350, .320. He's .331 Major League lifetime hitter so far. He steals bases. He 56 stolen bases, 31. He's flawless in the defense. 3 errors last year, 2 errors.
And what he brings to a team in terms of marketing as well, he brings an entire country along with him. He might be one of the best players ever.
Assuming, now granted it's all about injury, but I assume the way he's going, and how old is he?
He's up there because he played all those years in Japan.
Is he a Hall of Famer? 33?
I think, oh yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
No doubt.
Absolutely. He's just got to get the 10 years in, which he will with this contract. Jerry Davis said he did not go.
Well, that's the assumption that he stays healthy, right? I mean, 1,500 hits doesn't get you.
Well, if you give him 10 years and he's got over 2,000 hits in 10 years,
no, I'm saying continue.
MVPs and batting titles, He's going to be 34 in October. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
He'll take 9 of them.
And also, if you look at his record, we don't want to jinx him. He doesn't get hurt. He's got a great body. Stays in unbelievable shape.
Flexibility.
1-1. Slash through the left side for a base hit for Vidro, and that moves Ichiro to second. So for the second straight inning, the Mariners threaten, and now they have Jose Guillen coming up.
Here, Jose Vidro staying on this sinker, running down and away. It's just good hitting. He's able to get the barrel of the bat. Doesn't try to do too much. Smart left-handed hitter, talking about a 300 hitter and a good hitter. Jose Vidro, who's had knee troubles when Vidro was in the National League with Montreal Expos and Nationals. He had some really bad knee trouble. Ended up with surgery. 300 lifetime hitter.
Here's Guillen, grounded to second and grounded to short again. Bears repeating with Chien-Ming Wang. One pitch away from getting out of the inning. He just needs to get that ground ball, but he does struggle out of the stretch. Let's see how he deals with this. Count 1-0.
Well, if it's ever more paramount about getting the leading lady, and Tom Seaver used to say that all the time, and Joe Pignatano, who was his longtime pitching coach with the Mets, he said, pitch it simple. Strike one, get the leadoff batter in the inning, and you're always one pitch away from getting out of the inning. And later in Seaver's career, he used to explain to me how he would manage lineups, pitch around certain guys to get to the right matchups.
Being a pitching coach is somewhat simple when your pupil is Tom Seaver.
Well, yeah, I never particularly liked when a pitching coach, unless it was a Tom Seaver or Ron Guidry, but, I want to look at the back of your baseball card when you start saying how hard is it and it's easy. It's an awful lot of kids and people try to play this game. This is not an easy sport.
And most of the guys with the great backs of baseball cards don't become pitching coaches. One. Shattered bat, and that is on the hop. They'll turn it into a double play. A 4-6-3 double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 5 1/2, it's the Yankees 1 and the Mariners nothing. Another double play for Chien-Ming Wang. And now, here's a word from our friends at Fox News Channel. It's only on Yes. Well, Chien-Ming Wang wiggles out of trouble again. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Look who's back, Al. And is he up there again? Yes, he is. Top of the right field foul pole. He became a cult hero last time. And now he gets cheers from the crowds again. He made the front page of the newspaper. Now he's just hogging the spotlight.
Show off.
It's nuts. He's looking for.
It's a good place, right? Peanuts everywhere.
Usually you just get the shells now.
They eat shells, don't they?
I have to look that up on eBay or Yahoo, whatever. Count 1-2. Last time we saw him was the Red Sox series. The crowd is chanting, "Let's go Squirrel." He has not had an easy time of it since that Red Sox game. He's been hounded by paparazzi. It's amazing. Getting calls from agents, people wanting him to make appearances, Regis and Kelly and Letterman. It's amazing. Count 3-2.
Bobby Abreu looking out at Ramirez, saying, okay, I see you want me to move my feet. I'm going to double and a single off you. But he has stayed on the ball and went the other way. That's how you negate that.
High fly ball left field. Ichiro goes a long way, hauls it in. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees. Here's A-Rod.
Said third time around, Michael. Ramirez basically went right after A-Rod in his first at-bats. Fastballs, his first at-bat, he grounded out to third, and then that 6-4-3 double play with the fastball.
Slow roller up the first baseline, but it's a foul ball.
And now this is the whole cat-mouse, tough thing for pitchers to get through a lineup, flip them over 3 times to get deep in the game. Now these 3 pitches here, there are 3 curveballs in a row from Ramirez. It's a good game plan, and then it's a matter of going out and executing, and for hitters to recognize what pitchers are offering, what their repertoire is, and do they do things like this. Many times you'll see a pitcher, I don't care their velocity, will come out with fastballs, and then later in the game off speed. Ramirez is not pitching like a guy who has a 6-something ERA.
Blue Jays coming back. 4-3 now, bottom of the 5th. Count 3-2 on A-Rod. A-Rod's 0 for 2 today. Grounded to third, wrapped into a 6-4-3 double play. And the 3-2. Deep to left. Fair ball, it's gone. That ball is gone. See ya. A long home run into the left field upper deck. His 46th home run of the year. And the Yankees lead 2-0. What a shot. Look at the look of incredulity on the face of Derek Jeter.
This is a bomb. Not too many right-handed batters go upper deck here in left field at Yankee Stadium. Of course, Alex Rodriguez knew it. Right off the bat, this is a explosion off his bat. You see many that go up there?
No, not many. He's had one earlier in the year, but just an amazing, amazing blast. And that didn't just make the upper deck. That was about 7 rows deep into the upper deck.
There was supposed to be a slider inside after he started him off with 3 curveballs. Well, that wasn't a slider inside. You saw how far that went.
Boy, can you see 2 more disparate home runs? Posada's was a low-line drive, and this one, well, he had time to admire, and that's why he's smiling. I'd be smiling all year if I was him. 510 home runs. Now he's putting some distance between himself and Frank Thomas. And that's the active home run list. I believe he's coming up on Mel Ott on the all-time list, and Mel Ott has 511. Is there any way, Al, that anybody, there's the all-time list, that anybody else is going to win the American League MVP?
Well, we did the Tiger Series and we were talking about Maglia or Ordonez, but no, I can't imagine.
I mean, Ichiro has nice numbers, but Alex's numbers are just otherworldly. 1-2, fouled away.
Well, you got Ordonez, who's leading the batting average in 355. A-Rod's got the runs and the RBIs. Ordonez is second. Ordonez second in hits. No.
A-Rod had a huge holiday party at his house yesterday after the game. And it was an end of summer bash. His teammates were there. They all had a very, very good time. And now he's having a good time tonight. Strangely, Al, both of our invites were lost somehow in delivery up to the booth, but the people that went had a good time.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm now with the hated media. I wouldn't get an invite.
Oh, I am the hated media, so. 3-2. See, the squirrel now has a predicament. He's down, but he doesn't know if he wants to go all the way down. So he's just a little bit uncertain about what to do. He's disappeared completely. Slice foul. There he is. Now, where is that on the length? Between the upper deck and the loge. 3-2. And Posada walks. That was a 10-pitch at bat for Posada.
Great at bat. Fouled off a lot of tough pitches, and Rivera still trying to make good pitches. He threw a couple 3-2 off-speed pitches that Posada fouled off. And you know, a guy's locked in and seeing the ball well. Be able to foul off the tough pitch and take a ball.
Hey, this year when you're out of town and out of the Yankees broadcast area, you can still watch Yankees baseball. Log on to MLB.tv and you can watch the game on your computer via the internet live. For more details, visit Yankees.com, where baseball is always on. Blackout restrictions apply. Visit from the pitching coach. Flaherty, good young left-hander warming in the bullpen. Runner goes. Hit and run was on, and it's grounded left side.
Catcher interference, Michael.
It is catcher's interference. It hit Jojima's glove, who was coming out because the runner was going, and Ichiro, or should I say, Hideki Matsui, hit the glove of Jojima, and he gets first base. And that scored as an E2.
Watch here, Posada going, hit and run. See Jojima reaching out, and Hideki trying to put the bat on the ball. This ball's on the, looks like it's going to be a ball outside, but on a hit and run, you got to swing at it. Hitting that red glove. Immediately, home plate umpire Greg Gibson calls it catcher interference.
So first and second with one out, here's Shelley Duncan. And the pitch is low from Ramirez, 1-0. Ramirez has lost about 2 miles an hour on his fastball. He was consistently at 91, 92. Now he's at 88, 89 here in the 6th inning, 94 pitches in. And there's a strike, count 1-1.
Well, for a guy who's coming in with a 6.55 ERA, he has had the best run support in the major leagues with 6.9 runs, and he's not getting that tonight against Chien-Ming Wang. Looks like he is tired.
1-1. 1-2. The odd thing is, Alan, I'm sure you'd agree, you're watching this game, and if you didn't even look at the scoreboard, as he's thrown 96 pitches, 65 strikes, you would think that the Yankees are blowing the Mariners out. But it's 2-0. And they've let a lot of opportunities go by. One-two to Duncan. He struck him out. 2 away.
That's Shelley Duncan just being a little over anxious. He's in a defensive count. That fastball is way off the plate, and yeah, we talked about it earlier. He struck out in his last at bat, and just he's a high amp guy. You see his frustration there, and not playing a whole lot. Be able to find his timing and rhythm. It's tough to do when you're not playing every day.
Yankees are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. Here's Cano. Good pitch by Ramirez. Cano 2 for 2 tonight. Came into the game 5 for his last 24 on this homestand. 2-0 Yankees lead on 2 home runs. A Posada home run and an A-Rod home run. And now a single by Cano is going to score Posada. The ball slips out of Ichiro's hand. Posada scores RBI single for Cano, and it's 3-0 Yankees. Al, Ichiro throws that ball home. He's got Posada by plenty.
You know what? It looked like he was thinking that was his plan, and then he saw where Matsui was going to third, and then was in between. Watch here, Posada's secondary lead. It hits off the mound, so it's kind of slow getting out to center field. He probably would have, yes. Posada was way up the line, and obviously Posada not being as fast, and then he elected to go to third base. Watch here, getting a grip on the ball. He sees where Posada, and then
he changed direction.
For some reason, I don't know why he thought that he couldn't get Posada, but from here it looked like he would have been able to with a good throw.
A very strange decision by Ichiro. So that's going to do it for Ramirez, and you'll see that from this angle, does he change where he's going to throw, or did it just slip out? Very odd. He did look like he was angling the body toward third base, and they don't get Matsui. So Ramirez is out. O'Flaherty makes his way in. Yankees have runners on first and third. They have a 3-0 lead. You come on back with Betemit due up. On the ground ball single by Cano, and there you see O'Flaherty's numbers as he deals to Betemit. Line drive off the glove of a diving Betancourt, and it trickles into center field. Matsui scores. Cano moves to third. RBI single for Betemit. 4-0 Yanks.
Unlike in yesterday's game, the Mariners defense is a little sloppy right here, and this was a tough play right here for Betancourt, who's awfully good shortstop, maybe a Gold Glover in his future. You see deflecting just enough, wasn't able to get the glove on the ball, but very unusual mental error, I'd say, with Ichiro elected to throw to third base with Matsui and given the opportunity to score a run there for Betemit, the Yankees.
The pitch to Melky Cabrera is a strike. So a 1-0 lead coming into the bottom of the 6th is now expanded to a 4-0 lead. Cabrera 0 for 3 so far tonight. 3 ground balls. Fouled that one off twice in the count 0-2. way outside, 1-2. Pitch is high. See Sean White warming.
And John McLaren has got plenty of arms to choose from with this September call-up. He's got 11 relievers in that bullpen.
Rip foul down the left field line. Makes the seats. Along with Aloy Slider, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on the Yes Network. We thank you for spending part of your Tuesday evening with us. Yankees lead Seattle 4-0 here in the Bronx, as they have exploded for 3 runs here in the 6th. 2-2. Cabrera hanging in there.
Eric O'Flaherty, part of a strength for the Mariners. They've had some trouble with their starting pitching. Ramirez being one of them. He pitched excellent today. Seattle bullpen is 5th in the American League. Their starters are 12th in ERA.
Punch the other way and out of play.
Mariners have a heck of a closer in J.J. Putz at the back end of this bullpen. Eric Flaherty, saw his numbers earlier, 7-1. He's done a very nice job.
Count goes full at 3-2. Cabrera, the 8th batter to come to the plate. Derek Jeter's on deck. Runner goes, and Cabrera ends up losing that battle. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. It all started with this home run. A monster, monumental, unbelievable upper deck shot by A-Rod against the Seattle Mariners in his career. So both of those things coming together as a pure indicator, and he's pitched very, very well tonight. New Yankee first baseman is Doug Minkiewicz, taking over for Wilson Betemit as the Yankees tighten up their defense. And the pitch outside to Ibanez. There's Doug.
Of the 21 batters that Chien-Ming Wang has faced, he's thrown 11 first pitch strikes, and all those result in 9 of them in outs. Get ahead as a pitcher and expand the zone, and as hitters you're trying to get into the 2-0, 2-1 counts. Predictable fastball counts. Most major league hitters hit off the fastball. I'd say all of them hit off the fastball.
1-1. Count 2-1. This is Minkiewicz's first game since June 4th. Broken bone in his right wrist, and he'd been on the 60-day DL. He was on there for 3 months. The 2-1. Count 3-1. And we know Minkiewicz can pick it. And that Gold Glove label tells you that he's considered one of the best at his position. He won a Gold Glove, and that's when Rawlings gives you that Gold Glove label on your glove. 3-1. Right back to Wong. One away. Chien-Ming Wang really fields his position well, and being a sinker ball pitcher, he has to.
You're exactly right. And why does he field his position well? He squares up to home plate, and he really is a 5th infielder. And how many hits are saved by having that pitcher square to home? When his delivery's finished, his head is up, and he's watching, obviously, what's happening on impact or the hitting zone. Watch him finish. When he means square up, he's not falling to the third base or first base side. He's square, like a Messina or others that are very good field and position pitchers.
Beltre 0 for 1 with a walk. Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. Long home run, Adrian Beltre. And the Mariners are finally on the board. Yankee lead is now 4-1. 22nd home run of the year for Beltre. What a shot.
Well, Adrian Beltre got a fastball up in the zone. Chien-Ming Wang's got a little bit of breathing room in that 4-1 lead. See that fastball end up going inside. Good hitting right there from Beltre. He pulls off a little bit, thinking that he's going to get a sinker. And he gets all of this. This ball was hit on the barrel and almost went into the Seattle Mariners bullpen. It's a long way out there.
Broussard takes a strike. Broussard grounded to second and walked. Count 1-1. Boy, those 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th really loom large. Gives him a little bit of a margin of error. How much would that home run have hurt if it tied up the game? Broussard chases a pitch upstairs, 1-2.
Mostly the defense, Michael, in the 5th inning with Matsui making a good throw to Posada to get Beltre out at home, and then the double play from A-Rod. There's always 2 or 3 moments in a game for a starting pitcher where he's got to make that pitch, or you get the great play, or the line drive out.
And the 1-2 just missed inside. Wong still throwing 95 miles an hour. Two-two. Check swing. Did he go? No, said Jerry Davis. And the count full at 3-2. No one up in the Yankee bullpen. Yankees have everybody available in the bullpen today. Good call. He held up. Jabba Chamberlain hasn't pitched in 4 days, so he's ready to roll. Got Vizcaino, Mariano. And the 3-2. Broken back ground ball. Yankees in Seattle essentially tied for the wild card. They're tied on the loss column, as they say, the all-important loss column. Now the Yankees have a 1-game lead because they have 2 games in hand, having won both of those games. But you can make up games in the win column. You can't make them up in the loss column once you're behind in that. The 3-2, and Broussard walks. And Ron Guidry goes to the phone, and now he'll go to the mound.
Well, Chien-Ming Wang's pitch count is good at 83 pitches and 1 out in the 7th inning. But tough at bat right there after the home run to Beltre. Made some good pitches to Ben Broussard.
So Vizcaino will begin to throw. If Jabba pitches, he'll pitch in the 8th. They do not want Jabba Chamberlain to come in the middle of an inning. If he starts an inning, he has plenty of time to get ready. He's starting to stretch in anticipation of pitching in the 8th. He's been bored out there. Big yawn. So Guidry has his conference, and now Wong against Kenji Jojima. Jojima is 1 for 2. This could be two. There's one. There's two, and Vizcaíno can sit down. Mariners, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base at the end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. Yankees lead the Mariners 4-1. While you're standing, though, at home, we'll honor America here in the Bronx by listening to the voice of Yankee Stadium, Mr. Bob Shepard.
Now, please offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are stationed around the globe, and especially remember those who have lost their lives defending our freedom and our way of life. And now, please join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
Stadium, we are in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Mariners trail by 3. It's 4-0. Check that, 4-1 after the home run by Beltre. 4-10-0 Yanks, 1-5-1 for Seattle. And then we will go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Derek Jeter is going to lead off. New pitcher for the Mariners is Brandon Morrow, another guy out of the bullpen, throws hard and can bring it. Obviously walks too many people, that's his problem. But 44 hits in 55 innings. But the 45 walks, just way too many.
And the 58 strikeouts will tell you that he's got good stuff. 55 innings, anything more than a strikeout an inning is good. But as you say, too many walks.
And Jeter helps him out, swings at the first pitch and skies it to right field. Guillen, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Jeter in his last 3 at-bats, he's only seen 4 pitches. Being aggressive.
Now, Al, as a guy who, early in his career had trouble throwing strikes, Morrow has those numbers in front of him. Isn't there something that he could do, or is it just an inability to throw a strike?
I wouldn't be fair to say, because I've seen him on TV. He didn't throw in the first game of this series, and I don't remember him the last series.
But when somebody walks that many people,
well, you would start with mechanical. Well, first you would start it, is he okay physically? Right. Throw 96 miles an hour with that 86 mile an hour slider right there. He's fine physically. Then you would say, okay, what's wrong with him mechanically? And there's little nuances in a delivery. It's about timing. It's about rhythm. It's about feeling comfortable, having confidence. Even though guys pack 96 miles an hour after that 86 mile an hour slider, and now there you see 95. I can't imagine this guy not having confidence. He should have all the confidence in the world with this stuff. He's got a 3.11 ERA. He's certainly very respectable earned run average-wise. He just too many walks. Also could be a product of when you get behind a little bit, you're so nasty with stuff, guys don't want to swing. Well, already I could see he's fallen off to first base, Michael. He's throwing the ball and falling way to first base. Ideally, if you can optimize your mechanics as a pitcher, you want your energy to go to where you're throwing the baseball. So it'd be your landing leg, in his case, the left landing leg, landing toward home plate and then finishing toward home plate.
Well, he's a real deal. He was their 5th overall pick in the 1st round in the 2006 draft. So he certainly made it up here quickly.
College guy?
Mm-hmm. University of California. He was one of 10 semifinalists for the Roger Clemens Award, which is given to the nation's top collegiate pitcher. Drilled to right field. There it goes. See ya. A line home run into the short porch and right. Bobby Abreu goes yard. right under the watchful eye of the little squirrel. It is 5-1 Yanks.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't hit it on that pole, because this is a line drive. Got the barrel of the bat. The power is supplied by a guy who's throwing 96 miles an hour, but Bobby Abreu, certainly in a 3-2 count, wasn't looking for anything but that fastball. And did he hit that ball hard? There's been 3 home runs tonight. This man here hit the ball in the upper tank in left field. That was a rocket. You just saw that home run there, and Posada's home run. There's no cheapies on these.
16th home run, 91 ribbies. Here's A-Rod. Line drive and a base hit. Crowd chanting MVP when he was in the box. Now, only helping his cause. He's 2 for 4.
Here, Morrow tries to throw a changeup. His changeup, 87 miles an hour. He saw the ball coming down and in on A-Rod, and A-Rod just pulling his hands in. As you say, Michael, I just don't think there's anyone close to what he's showing for MVP numbers.
You know what? It could be a daily double out. The MVPs in both leagues could be New York third baseman. A-Rod in the AL and David Wright's having a phenomenal year, hitting 320 in the NL for the Mets. They could both come out of New York, both from the hot corner.
Where's Chien-Ming Wang on the Cy Young meter?
He's up there in wins, so you'd have to consider him. He's tied with Beckett, Lackey, Sabathia, and Wakefield with 16 wins. So a win tonight, and Chien-Ming Wang would go to 17.
Yeah, the ERA might hurt him.
Yep. Sabathia has a 3.24, Lackey a 3.26. And Chien-Ming Wang comes into this game with a 3.79. But you know what? If you hit that magic 20 and the others don't, that helps out. Last year he was tied for the league lead in wins with 19. Johan Santana won the MVP, but thanks to the Indians, Santana's not going to win, not the MVP, the Cy Young this year. How about that, Al? A great pitcher like Johan Santana, not good, great. And he's lost to the Indians 5 times in 1 year. That's unbelievable.
Has he been getting hit hard? I wonder if are they 2-to-1 losses?
No, they're not 2-to-1. No, he's getting hit harder than he normally would. So it's not like he's hard luck losing to them. He's earning his losses. Giving up a lot of runs in the first inning. So they obviously have his number.
Yes.
Two-one. And the count 3-1. Foul tip as Posada stays alive. Time was called. A-Rod was going. Let's see if he goes again on 3-2 and 1 out. Puts the onus on Posada to put the bat on the ball. Although A-Rod's stolen 22 bases, been caught just twice. leaning there. Just gets back.
He changes intention there. Won't let him run freely. With the 4-run lead, 5-1, and getting late in the ball game, much easier to be aggressive and go for it.
Runner goes. Lined into left center field. Coming on is Ibanez. Can't make the play. A-Rod heads up base running. Goes to third. And he is in there safe. And it looks like he's hurt as he clutches his right knee. And quickly out of the dugout, Gene Monahan and Joe Torre, as an entire Yankee fan base holds its collective breath. You wonder if the chance of MVP will have healing power on the leg. Let's see what happens.
I don't know whether he slid into Beltran's knee. Oh, he just went down hard, I guess.
Beltran rolled over his leg. So he's going to stay in the game. And we'll take another look. You'll see that Beltran's weight goes on A-Rod's right leg. Right there.
Twisting his knee.
And it might be his ankle. Yeah, it looked like he got his ankle caught under him. Well, they call on Ryan Rowland-Smith in relief of Brandon Morrow. We'll be back. Runners on first and third. Hideki Matsui. And you see Rowland-Smith's numbers. Good numbers. One thing that you could see with John McLaren, the Mariners have 11 pitchers in the bullpen, 5 left-handers. So with the expanded rosters, he's got a 35-man roster right now. You can go up to 40. He can do this all day. Batter for batter.
This might be the most call-ups I've ever seen.
Especially for a contending team, Al. Usually you don't like to mess that. If you look at the when the Mariners are batting, there's no room in the dugout. And at Yankee Stadium, the dugouts are big. I don't know how they even fit into the dugout at Fenway Park. I mean, they're climbing all over each other. I mean, there are 9 guys in the field, and there's a lot in there.
I was out around the batting cage before they came out the stretch, and there was about 9 guys just sitting, watching the Yankees hit, looking at the stadium, and I could tell they were call-up guys, and I thought the same thing. None of their familiar faces were out yet, and it seemed like they were all, there was enough to field the team there. You're right. Usually teams that are in it, they don't want to get too much disruption and people in the way, basically, bottom line. It's a nice way to reward a good minor league season, but to have as many as the Mariners have called up is a little unusual.
Another lefty warming, John Parrish. So they've used O'Flaherty. They've used Rowland-Smith, who buzzes Matsui's tower. The count 3-1.
There's no intention on a 2-1 fastball to try to get the 3-1 by throwing inside with intent of trying to hit Matsui there. He just overthrew a fastball. Pitchers do not want to be in 3-1, 2-0, 2-1 counts.
3-1, way outside, so he walked it. So now the bases are loaded. And that'll bring up Shelley Duncan with a chance to break this baby open. Now Chavez, the pitching coach, goes out and talks with Roland Smith. It's hard not to say the pitcher's name and not think of the longtime New York news anchor, Roland Smith. But this is Ryan Roland-Smith. Hey, tonight after the postgame on Yes, you have to join Bob Lorenz and the gang for the season premiere of This Week in Football. It's a good show. Get geared up for the new season with previews and analysis of the Giants and the Jets, including exclusive interviews with Eli Manning and Chad Pennington. It's the season premiere of This Week in Football tonight after the postgame, only on Yes. Kevin Yougelis with a home run expands the Red Sox lead to 5-3 over the Jays. They're in the bottom of the 8th at Fenway. So Papelbon will probably come in to try to nail that down. A-Rod's at third, Posada at second, and Matsui is at first. And you've got Shelley Duncan, who is 0 for 3 tonight, up against Ryan Roland-Smith. Hit sharply, fair, over the third base bag. Kicks off the tarp. 1 run scores. Here's Posada. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Shelley Duncan. Yankees pulling away. They lead 7-1.
Well, Shelley Duncan was held in check against Ramirez, but you see that fastball way up in the zone. He knew he was going to get it. He didn't expect Smith to want to get behind with any kind of off-speed stuff and was able to keep the ball fair inside the third baseline there. So Ibanez just getting the ball in there, easily scoring Posada. Good insurance runs right there from Shelley Duncan.
Shelley Duncan picks up his 14th and 15th ribbies. Johnny Damon will pinch run for Hideki Matsui and then obviously take over and left. So now runners on first and second, and here's Robinson Cano against Roland Smith. Yankees wasted opportunities early, but 3 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 7th, and they lead Seattle 7-1. Posada, A-Rod, and Abreu have all homered. 1-0. There's Damon pinch running for Matsui. It's like Johnny got a haircut.
Looks like he got a ball cut.
Yeah, it looks like everything's gone. Line, base hit. Right center field. That splits the outfielders and it goes to the wall. Damon scores. Shelley Duncan rounds third. He will score. It's a 2-run double for Cano. Cano's 4 for 4, and the Yankees lead 9-1.
What a night for Robinson Cano. He gets this fastball away, head down on it, gets the barrel of the bat, goes right through to right center field in between Guillen and Ichiro. Ichiro just making sure he airmails this one, shows a strong arm, keeping Cano at second base, but the Yankees have blown this game open now.
Well, open up another can of left-handers. John McLaren will call on John Parrish. Roland Smith night is over. Come on back. Ming Wong try to hold down the Seattle Mariners. Posada and Alex Rodriguez both connected for home runs. Alex Rodriguez a monumental shot, gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. That lead is now 9-1 as John McLaren and the Mariners go to their 5th pitcher. John Parrish will take over.
McLaren keeps running out these left-handers after Brandon Morrow. Roland Smith and now John Parrish. Trying to negate the left-handed batters.
And now they're trying to negate Doug Minkiewicz. took over at first base for Bettamy. Count 1-0. This is Minkiewicz's first at bat since early June. And the count 2-0. So it has been all Yankees here in the last 2 innings. Offensively, it's been all Chien-Ming Wang over the first 7. Grounded foul. Yankees signed Minkiewicz during the offseason to at least play part of the time at first base. And he was starting to come around offensively. Got off to a slow start, but this is his first game since June 2nd, breaking his right wrist. And he was really exhibiting some of the defensive skills that won him the Gold Glove in 2001 when he was with the Twins. And getting some hits as well. He's hitting .226 overall, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in. And Parrish deals. Count 3-0. Ramirez started, O'Flaherty, Morrow, Roland Smith, and now Parrish. Now Alberto Gonzalez begins to warm. And that kid reportedly can really pick it. That he is major league ready now at shortstop, but he's got to be able to hit. Hit 286 at AAA. Swing and a miss. Minkiewicz down on strikes. That's overall 286 in the minors, several stops and 2 stints with AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 247. So we might see him final 2 innings. Derek Jeter just gave both of the kids bats, Spike Lee's son and Brad Pitt's son. And that'll bring up Melky Cabrera. Low 1-0. And the pitch. Foul back. So with Cabrera coming up, the Yankees have batted around. Way outside, and the count 2-1. Line drive, base hit to right field. Cano coming home, he will score. Going to second, Cabrera, he'll make it. RBI single for Melky, and the Yankees lead 10-1.
Good for Melky Cabrera to join in the hit parade here. He was 0 for 4 leading up to this at bat. That ball away, stays on the ball. Good read from Robinson Cano off the crack of the bat. Again, missing the cutoff man, or to the left of the cutoff man. And Melky seeing that and easily getting to second base. Good base running all the way around.
So Melky takes second on the throw, and here's Jeter, who's 0 for 4 tonight, and he's already made out this inning. But he picks up a hit. He joins this inning's hit parade. Cabrera scores RBI single for Jeter. It's 11-1 Yankees.
It's amazing, for a couple hours it looks like it was going to be a real pitcher's duel into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yankees 1-0 lead, and then just poured on the way they were able to stay on it, make the starting pitcher go deep in the count. The Bears ended up getting taken out after the 5 2/3 and really putting it to this Seattle bullpen.
Here's Bobby Abreu. He started the offensive carnage with a home run here in the 7th inning. He's having a good night. Single, double, home run. He's a triple away from the cycle. Last Yankee hit for the cycle, Tony Fernandez, in 1995, in 12 years. Alberto Gonzalez is on deck. He'll pinch hit for A-Rod. And that would be Alberto Gonzalez's first big league at bat.
You think in a game like this, Michael, he knows it and he's thinking?
I definitely don't think he knows the last cycle, but I think he knows about that he's a, yeah. Wouldn't you? 11-1?
To go for it, you got to hit a ball right center here.
Count 2-2 to Abreu. And another base hit. This one dunks into center field, and Jeter moves to second. And Alberto Gonzalez, his heart probably pounding, is going to pinch hit for Alex Rodriguez. Yankees got Gonzalez from the Diamondbacks in the deal that sent Randy Johnson to Arizona. He came to the Yankees with Luis Vizcaíno, Russ Ollendorf, Steven Jackson, and those 4 in exchange for Randy Johnson. Chavez goes out and talks with John Parrish. Book on Gonzalez. He came along in the 2nd half, hit a lot better in the minors, and his strong suit is he's got really, really soft hands in the field. He can really pick it. So let's see how he does in his first major league at bat. He was in his first big league game Saturday against Tampa Bay, played the field, didn't bat. And here is his first big league AB. There's a strike. Yankees have 8 hits in this inning. Their season high is 9, and they did that on August 2nd in the 2nd inning against the White Sox when they made up an 8-0 deficit and scored 8 runs of their own. Pitcher's on the mound, knows it's the guy's first at bat. What are you throwing out?
Well, the way John Parrish is throwing, he's just trying to throw a pitch that will get it out. About the way the ball's been going all over the place. He's going to go fastball down the zone.
1-1. Grounded to short. Betancourt will go the short way, and that'll do it. But the Yankees score 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base. The Yankees hit for a half hour, and that adds up to 11-1. Yankees lead. Hey fans, tonight throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're allowing you to vote along with us here in the booth for the Chevrolet Player of the Game. And now you can enter for a chance to win World Series tickets as well. Text your vote to 58772, and for more information, visit ChevyOffers.com. You can vote right up until the end of the game. Vote now, make your voice heard. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Chin-Ming Wong, number 2, Jorge Posada, number 3, Alex Rodriguez, and number 4, Robinson Cano. Standard text messaging rates apply. Chin-Ming Wong still on the mound. He's thrown just 84 pitches. Jeremy Reed is going to pinch hit for Jose Lopez as we start the 8th inning. 11-18-0, beating 1-5-1. New third baseman for the Yankees is Alberto Gonzalez. The new left fielder is Johnny Damon. Count 1-0.
Long break, Michael, for Chin-Ming Wong. Certainly you'll take the 7 runs, but I wonder how he'll respond to that.
With the ground ball, the way he responds to everything. 1 away. Let's take a look at the Mariners in-game box score, sponsored by Heineken. There's only 5 hits in there. Ichiro has 1, Vidro 1. Adrian Beltre, the only offense, a home run. And Kenji Jojima picked up a hit as well. Those are your 5 hits. Ben Broussard has walked twice. Ron Guidry will go out and talk with Chin-Ming Wong. And Jeff Clements is going to pinch hit for Yuniesky Betancourt. And this is Jeff Clements' Major League debut. Jose Vizcaíno's just saying, hey, what's going on? Like Guidry just said then, are you sure? And now he goes back. You're wondering if something is bothering Wong. He's always dealing with that nail problem.
Again, with that big break, I think they saw something in his delivery. I think that fastball showed at 86 miles an hour. They're still all standing on the mound.
Joe Torre said, listen, come with me. Oh, he's going to call Posada. What is Posada is the one directing everything from the mound. Looks like Posada called Torre back out. Talking with the home plate umpire, Greg Gibson. Have any idea?
My guess is that if he wants to talk to him, he's wondering if he goes out, is this a second visit? Allowing Gator to go out. Right now, I guess it doesn't matter. He's got his Gibson has the card out. He's going to make a move here. Not buying time. Vizcaíno has been warming up.
It looked like after Guidry left, Posada wanted Torre to take Wong. He does, and Wong will get a standing ovation. We'll step aside for a moment. Vizcaíno will come in, try to get the final 2 outs of the 8th. Yankees lead 11-1.
Good job, man. Great job. You like it? Go in and get taken care of.
And you would assume it has to be an injury because you can't make a trip and then make a trip right after that before you face a batter. So it had to be an injury timeout. Luis Vizcaíno takes over with an 11-1 lead.
Well, it's definitely something that Ron Guidry saw, because with that big lead and the big rest, for sure think that the Yankees have this game in hand. And to have Wong go out just to get one batter, that wasn't the intention.
First major league at bat for Jeff Clement, who in the Pacific Coast League hit 275, 20 homers and 80 ribbies in 125 games. First big league at bat here at Yankee Stadium. Vizcaíno last pitched on September 1st against Tampa Bay. Today is the 4th. So if you're wondering, well, why is he in there with an 11-1 lead? Well, that's why, just to get him back in the game. And the 1-1. Count 2-1.
The Yankees don't have 11 relievers, but Joe has the luxury of a couple more arms down there. He's got 8.
Big healthy cut from Clement, and the count 2-2. I always say these moments, these first at bats, first appearances, they must be overwhelming for the player. You've been working your entire life for this moment, and now you're up, or you're on the mound, and you're in the baseball encyclopedia forever. As long as there's baseball, you've made it. And his first at bat ends in a strikeout, but he's in the big leagues, and how many of us can't say that?
You.
I can't. I wish I could have.
Many others.
There's nothing like it, I'm sure, especially if you love baseball. Here's Adam Jones pinch hitting for Ichiro.
And you want it to be memorable, of course, at first at bat and do something spectacular. You see a lot of this in September now with the call-ups, especially with teams that are out of contention.
What'd you do to your first batter?
Paul Molitor, base hit to right.
Second batter.
I struck out the next 6.
And then you thought it was easy, right?
No.
Liar.
I didn't make it look easy, Michael. You saw a lot of it.
The 1-0. Now, we're wondering what's going on with Chien-Ming Wang. We'll all find out when Kim Jones finds out on the Nissan postgame. She'll work the clubhouse. She'll ask exactly what went on. So it won't be long until we find out exactly what happened. It seemed to be some sort of an injury lift, and we'll see what it was. He is always bothered by that nail on his pitching hand, middle finger, and we'll know for sure when Kim talks to Joe on the postgame show. So stick around for that.
Aside from the obvious, Michael, 5 hits, 1 run, really when Wong's strikeout totals are up, it's not a scary thing, but it's not where it's not his comfort level. He puts the ball in play. He usually gets a couple pitches into it at bat. And today with 2 walks, 1 strikeout, that's more in line with his games. He did have 5 strikeouts against the Red Sox in his last start, 1 hit, 7 innings. He does possess strikeout stuff, but because of that moving fastball, he gets a lot of balls put in play early in the count like he did tonight.
Here's Charlton Jimerson pinch hitting for Jose Vidro. So it looks as if John McLaren wants to use every one of the 35 people on the roster.
He's got a few more out of that bullpen then.
Still got another half inning to go, Yankee-wise. Popped up right side and out of play.
Got to say a happy birthday wish to my nephew Brett down in Lacey Township. the Jersey Shore. It's 15. Happy birthday, Brett.
Now, is this Brett's actual birthday today, or you are ahead of the curve?
Brett Dunkley, my twin sister of 17 minutes older. Her son, my nephew, is 15.
Is she left-handed too?
She is left-handed.
Wow.
The only 2 lefties out of 7.
And they all came at the same time. The 2 lefties.
17 minutes.
You always took a long time on the mound, so he took a long time to show up. A lot of squirrels up. Squirrel still atop that right field foul pole. You just get the feeling. You just get the feeling that he's showing off now. The 1-2. 2-2. Red Sox, it's over at Fenway. They beat the Blue Jays 5-3, so they will hold their 7-game lead over the Yankees. But the Yankees will expand their lead over the Blue Jays in the wild card race, and they'll also expand their lead over the Mariners in the wild card race if they hold on in this 11-1 game. Top of the 8th inning. 2-2. Fouled away. Phil Hughes gets a start tomorrow as the Yankees will try to win this series. He's going to face Jared Washburn. We'll have all the action starting at 6 with the BP show. 6:30 pregame and 7:07 will be the first pitch. Tune in. It's going to be good. The 2-2 popped up. Posada runs out of room. In the outfield, the center field scoreboard, they have the lineup under the count and the average. This is the first time I've ever seen this in the lineup on the outfield scoreboard. There's 4 PHs: pinch hitter, right field, left field, third base, first base, catcher, pinch hitter, pinch hitter. And there's another pinch hitter waiting on deck. The 2-2. 3-2. White Sox leading the Tigers 3-1. Be a tough game for the Tigers to lose, especially with the Yankees winning this one. That's in the bottom of the 9th inning at Comerica. Runner goes, and that one's grounded off the glove of Vizcaino. And it's going to be a base hit for Jimerson. Well, another major league debut right here in the 8th inning as Vladimir Valentin is going to pinch it for Jose Guillen.
Once that ball was deflected off of Vizcaino's glove. Jimerson, 35 stolen bases between AA and AAA for the Seattle minor league team. He can fly.
This is only the 11th player in the big leagues from the island of Curacao. One of the most popular players from Curacao, Andrew Jones, center fielder from the Braves. Former Yankee Hensley Mullins was from Curacao. Another PH, and if he gets on, there's another PH for Raul Ibanez. Nick Green is getting ready to pinch it. It could be 9 PHs. He's got enough people actually on the bench to PH 9 times. So there's a PH balance for sure.
Bet you never see that, huh?
Upstairs. Posada wants to settle down Vizcaino. We told you about the post-game show. You've got to stick around. There's things we have to find out. So you have to keep it here on Yes following the last out for what we call the Nissan post-game. Nancy Newman will break down the showdown with Seattle, and Kimberly Jones will find out everything we need to know in the clubhouse. She'll get the exclusive interviews with all the key players. It's the Nissan post-game right here on Yes. Don't turn the dial once the last out is made. Wouldn't be wise. The 2-1. 3-1.
I mentioned this is 3 days rest for Vizcaino. And he's got to get out there. Your go-to guys, your bridge guys. It's been Jabba Chamberlain and Vizcaino. He's got to be able to get his work in. And even though it's 11-1, he's got to bear down.
That one is drilled into left center field. That is going to be a base hit, his first big league at bat. And he's going to pick up a double, and he's going to pick up 2 RBIs. And the Yankee lead is now 11-3. So Valentin is in the baseball encyclopedia with a base hit and 2 ribbies. And they're going to save the ball for him.
Well, here's Valentin's first career hit. You see the ball down and away. Gets a fastball and drives it to left center field.
Can I say it, Al? Can I say it?
Yeah.
It's a Valentin blast. Joe Torre has seen enough, and he doesn't want to get Vizcaino too much work. The right-hander's thrown 22 pitches, so he's going to take the ball from him, and he will go to the bullpen. It'll be Chris Britton coming on to try to get the final out of the 8th inning. A very long bottom of the 7th, the equally long top of the 8th. 11-3 Yanks. This is brought to you in part by Jeep, a growing lineup of legendary vehicles. IO Digital Cable, the leader in HD, and HD is free with IO. And by Audi, truth in engineering. There's Nick Green pinch hitting, another PH. So of the 9 batters in the lineup, 6 PHs.
Could be 7. Morse on deck.
That's right. Green fouls it back.
It's exciting you hear in this 11-3 ball game, huh, Michael?
There's Chris Britton's numbers. I'm excited every single pitch of every game I do. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Best job in the world. Great partner in the booth. Pitches outside. Count 2-1.
I'd have to say as starting, Chien-Ming Wang's got a pretty good job.
Yes, he does.
Starting pitcher after a gem.
Yeah, but you know, when he hits 40, he's done. When I hit 40, I'm just rolling. Yeah, I hit 40 a while ago. The 2-1. Popped up down the right field line. Abreu can't make the play. Lands foul.
Coming to that foul territory here at Yankee Stadium. Not a whole lot of room, but an inning like this puts everybody on their heels and just hoping for an out to get out of it.
11-3. I don't think Bobby Abreu really wants to be banging into that wall. Two. Knocked down by Britton, and this will finally do it here in the 8th. So 6 pinch hitters get the Mariners 2 runs. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees lead the Mariners 11-3. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on the Yankee Entertainment and Sports Network. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, it's time to take a look at the Yankees in-game box score, sponsored by Heineken. There are 18 hits in there. Poor Hideki Matsui, he's the only one not in the party. Cabrera with an RBI, Jeter with an RBI, Bobby Abreu 4 for 5, a home run, a double, Alex Rodriguez, an upper deck left field home run. These 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Posada, perfect night, 3 for 3, a homer, got the Yankees on the board. 3 runs scored. Matsui did score a run on a walk. Shelley Duncan, a 2-run single. Robinson Cano, a great night, 4 for 4, double, 3 ribbies, and a run scored. And even Wilson Betemit, who came in 0 for his last 17, picks up 2 hits and an RBI.
What a difference a day makes. 1 run off of Felix Hernandez yesterday, and now tonight.
Sean White deals to Posada out of the zone. There was a White's numbers. That one's drilled to right field. Fair, it's gone. See ya! Home run into the lower porch in right field. Second home run for Posada, and the Yankees lead 12-3.
Not quite as hard as his 17th home run, but he'll take it for his 18th home run. This time to right field. Hit a line drive to left field off of the starting pitcher Ramirez in his first at bat. And now here tonight, 2 home runs for Jorge Posada. What a night for the Yankee hitters. 19 hits. It's Posada's 15th time he's had 2 home runs in a game.
Pitch to Damon, low, 2-0. Now, we'd like to give you all the changes defensively. We just don't have them all yet. That one is skied to left field. The dive, they can't make the play. So that is a base hit. And that's Reed out in left field.
Jeremy Reed coming in, trying to make the effort here. Just missing the web of his glove there. There you see the sharp super shot. Just out of Jeremy Reed's reach.
Oh, we have Reed in left. We have Adam Jones in center and Valentine over in right. New catcher is Rob Johnson. And the infield's different as well. As soon as we get them, we'll give them to you. And we do have them. There's Shelley Duncan. All right, we have Nick Green at second. Willie Bloomquist is at short. And there's a ground ball to Morse. And they're going to turn 2, a 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Shelley Duncan. Hey, tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees close out their series with the Mariners and get ready to head to KC. Our complete game coverage starts at 6 with batting practice today, presented by Lincoln Mercury, followed by the pregame Yankees-Mariners. It all starts tomorrow night at 6, and it's right here on Yes. And the pitch to Cano is a strike. Jabba Chamberlain warming for the Yankees. So they probably just want to get him in a game, but that eliminates him from tomorrow. But they don't want to have him not pitch that many days in a row. There's actually a guy in the third base seats that has a sign, "Free Jabba." There it is. Count 2-1. So quickly, if you're keeping score at home, please stop. But if you are, Mike Morse, Willie Bloomquist, Nick Green, and Ben Broussard third to first. Reed, Jones, and Valentine left to right in the outfield. And there's a ground ball to Green, and that will do it. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. The home run by Posada, his second of the game. We'll see Jabba in the 9th. They'll try to hold a 12-3 lead. So the Yankees will pick up a game on the Tigers in the wild card race. Chris Britton deals outside to Morse. Now, we told you that Chamberlain was coming on because we wanted you to stay tuned. He's really not. We lied. No, we thought he was, but he's just taking some to the mitt in the bullpen because he hasn't worked in so long. Chris Britton will finish out this inning. Morse with a ground ball. Grabbed there by Jeter, but no throw. So a base hit for Mike Morse.
Which I would think that this makes more sense. The job of Chamberlain and the job of Rules for him to come in a blowout game here and then not be available for what may be a needed spot tomorrow. The fact that he hasn't thrown in 4 days. It's what you call a little touchy-feel. You want to get your hand on the ball, throw some strikes, get the catcher to move around inside, outside corner. Just get some work in.
Broussard with a fly ball down the left field line. Damon there. He makes the play and bangs into the wall. That's a nice play by Johnny Damon.
And a high five to the fans in the crowd. He has fun. Much of this game should be fun. Sometimes it's not. Keeps his eye on it, taps the glove, and nice play. Help being left-handed with the glove on the right side going into foul territory. Nice play. High five.
There's Rob Johnson making his major league debut as a hitter. He took over behind the plate. Britton deals outside. Missed outside, and the count now 3-0. They give him the green light on 3-0. He skies one deep to left center, run down by Melky Cabrera, and there are 2 outs. That was pretty nice in your big league debut. You get a green light on 3-0.
And a blowout, too. A 2-run homer wouldn't make much difference here, but I don't know whether he just wasn't told to take or got his 3-0 heater and hit it hard.
There's Jeremy Reed. Chris Britton, the 1-0, fouled away. (12-3) Yankees lead. About to even up this series at a game apiece. Missed outside, 2-1. Yankees pounded out 12 hits. Posada 2 home runs, Abreu, A-Rod. And the count is 3-1. Al, you always say how hard it is to throw a strike. It must be, because you want to put the ball on a tee here. Fouled away, and the count 3-2.
Especially when you get behind. You know the circumstance. It's a long game. It becomes boring for many people watching and everything. You know you've got to throw strikes, you get behind, and then it becomes, you force things.
3-2. This should do it. Popped up. Minkevich is right there. He puts it away, and the Yankees with a laugher, 12-3. So after losing 3 of their past 4 games, the Yankees bounce back in proper fashion by burying the Mariners 12-3 and taking a 2-game lead over Seattle. In the wild card, this is the standings as we speak. The Red Sox beat the Blue Jays, so the Yankees remain 7 back in the East. But in the wild card, the Yankees now have a 1-game lead in the loss column, 2 games overall. The Tigers lost tonight to the White Sox, a game that they will rue. And the Tigers trail the Yankees by 3.5. 20 hits pounded out by the Yankees, including 4 home runs. Alex Rodriguez, a monstrous, majestic home run into the left field upper deck. Jorge Posada, 1 to left, 1 to right, his second multi-homer game of the year. And Bobby Abreu had a big game as well with a home run